Alexis, thank you. We have a story of a special little girl to share with you today. Meagan Farrell was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer at 3.5 years old. She passed away in April of last year, but her family is continuing her legacy through the Badger Challenge. And today her mom, Meagan, is joining us. Thank you so much for being here to tell us about Macy.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us all about her.
Okay, so Macy was my middle child. She has an older sister and a younger brother, and Macy was like the definition of a middle child, just strong-willed, energetic, spunky, just totally her own child, and full of energy and life.
And so beautiful. And talk about her diagnosis.
Yeah, so Macy was diagnosed in October 2020 with a rare form of cancer called pleural pulmonary blastoma. There's been less than 500 cases of that diagnosed ever worldwide, so it's really rare. And when we found it, it was a tumor that was engulfing her entire right lung, pushing her heart out of place, pushing down on her diaphragm, and the tumors had spread throughout her body to her spine, her rib cage, and to her hips. Yeah, so we went to the American Family Children's Hospital here in Madison, and we had world-class doctors that really took care of us. A wonderful team there and at the Carbon Cancer Center. So Macy went through a year of really, really tough treatment. She endured so many things.
Yeah, and still
beautiful
with
pictures.
Smiles on her face.
Yeah, and she did. She one of our mottos was, "We can do hard things."
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so I'll talk about that a little bit. But so she was diagnosed and she went through treatment for that year. She was declared cancer-free after a year, and then 2 weeks later we went back for her follow-up scan, and they found another really, really small tumor in her shoulder. And that really was just a year and a half after that of just trials and trials of trying things to try and cure that cancer and get rid of it. And in the end, we ran out of options, and it was science that failed us, that we ran out of options to treat her.
And let's talk about that science. So the Badger Challenge raises money for vital research at UW Carbone Cancer Center, where she got some treatment. So why was it so important for you guys to be part of this?
Yeah, because of Macy's story, that she did run out of options, and so we feel very passionate about making sure that there are lots of different options. I know that money is a huge setback for them, so any other tool that they can have to make kids' lives better, to try different treatment options that cause less side effects, that was a main driver for this, to choose the Badger Challenge.
So let's talk about your team. It's Macy's Moose Mob.
Macy Moose Mob.
Macy Moose Mob. Okay.
So Macy was nicknamed Moose, and we commonly do this thing called Moose Strong, where we throw up moose antlers.
I love that.
And one of our mottos was, "We can do hard things." So that's really been kind of our driver for this. This is my first half marathon, and a couple other people on the team, it's their first half marathon.
Wow.
And going through it, Macy just went through so many different things, and every time I go out running, it's just my motivation to say, you know what? Macy went through so many harder things than what I'm doing. I can run a few more miles.
And I appreciate you saying that, because even just hearing her story, you think it can relate to anyone going through something. Well, Macy did this. I can do this.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you sharing. $7,000 is your goal, right? We're going to put a link to that on our website as well. But thank you so much for being here and sharing Macy with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.